Hi, and welcome back. Negative commandment number 1. Let's look inside. It is a negative commandment not to eat the sinew of the thigh vein. The scripture says, therefore the children of Israel do not eat the sinew of the thigh vein. This is as a result of Jacob wrestling the angel. It applies to pure, kosher, domestic, and untamed animals, and it applies also to an embryo, both to the right thigh and the left. There are 2 sinews. The inner one near the socket of the hip bone is forbidden by the laws of the Torah. The rest of the inner sinew, which is not about the socket, and the entire upper sinew with the fat on them and the sinew of the thigh vein, along with the other sinews and membranes, are forbidden by the ruling of the sages. If someone ate the sinew of a thigh vein of a nevela, an animal that did not have proper shechita, ritual slaughter, or treifa, an animal that was mortally wounded or ill, he violates 2 prohibitions, not to eat the sinew of the thigh vein, and because it is a nevela or treifa. By the oral tradition, we know that it is permissible to derive other benefit from the sinew. It is enforced everywhere at every time for both man and woman. Okay, Jacob wrestles the angel, and the angel is overcome, reaches in, gives him a little knetch in the thigh, basically disables him in order that he shouldn't lose. He disables Jacob via the thigh. And in remembrance of this great conflict between Jacob and this angel, who's representing the forces of Esav, according to the rabbis, in memory of this, we don't eat that sinew. This is why, up until relatively recently being like the 70s, mid-70s, it was almost impossible to get filet mignon kosher. The first time I had it was at La de France. Remember La de France in Manhattan? Oh, delicious French food, French kosher food, French gourmet kosher food. So they had filet mignon. We actually had a dinner with Rabbi Chait, who was our high school Rebbe. Zichron Livracha, may his memory be a blessing. He was wonderful, and I remember he really got me into studying Talmud. Anyway, so we had a dinner at La de France, and we all ordered filet mignon because who had a chance to order filet mignon before that? Anyway, so we have this prohibition, and therefore there are certain cuts of meats that used to be very difficult to get, and now you can get them. They're just expensive, but the kosher meat market has become so profitable that there's no part of the meat of kosher animal that gets thrown out anymore. So that's the first of the negative commandments. It's the only negative commandment in the book of Genesis. A fact for you there. We're going to move on next time to commandments which are relevant to Passover, which is the next set of negative commandments that we have. And next time we'll talk about the negative commandment to possess chametz on Passover. Okay, thanks for being with us. Bye.